Okay, this video is all about how to structure a PE paragraph for extract 2 from our Gothic Dorian Gray scheme of work. It's again not so much what you write at the moment, although that is very important, and that's why I'm going to start with the mark scheme here, but it's how we structure that paragraph. The ideas that you have are very good, they're correct, yes, they can be improved, but it's about the structure of the response. So I want to start off with the mark scheme again. We have 2 bullet points. The second bullet point, if we start with that, refers to the evidence that you select, the quotations. Are they the best ones? Are they just about obvious meanings, or have you got some that you can talk about hidden meanings? The first bullet point is to do with the quality of your explanation, okay? Is it developed? Do you use connectives to extend it? Do you use additional sentences? Do you reference keywords? Do you try and analyze hidden meanings? So this is what we're trying to do in terms of the content. But again, this video is about both content and structure. So here we've got an example question. It's not the same question you will be expected to write about. It's one that I've done so that you can have an example. So the first thing I need a point sentence. So it's my idea. Again, you can use the question to use the words from the question to create a statement. So Sybil is presented as an actress of great beauty. So there I've taken some keywords, Sybil, beautiful, and I've put them into my point sentence. Now we need explanation, of course. Here we have our first quote, a little flower-like face. But again, structurally, the important thing is that I introduce it. Okay, I've chosen the phrase this time. I could have used the quote. I could have used the sentence. I could have said if it was a language feature. I then have an explanation type word. I've gone for suggests rather than shows because I want to be less definitive. I want to not say that it is whatever my explanation is. I'm saying what it may possibly be. This is what I think, but other people may think differently. That is an embedded quotation because if we take out the quote, the phrase suggests still makes sense by itself. Now, obviously, what phrase, but structurally, it still makes sense. Then I just continue with my explanation there. I've tried to extend it here with a connective, and actually I've done that twice. So I'm just trying to not just say one thing, I'm always trying to extend it. The easiest ways to do this is with because or which. But here is how I've extended it. Again, I would be looking for the key word. I haven't said the word or the adjective here. I've just started the sentence with the keyword, which is fine for variation purposes, so it doesn't always read the same. Again, I have my explanation type word, and again, I've just tried to explain it. Again, I'm trying to link it into what I've already said. I'm now moving on to my second quotation. If I wanted to say something more, I could obviously start another sentence. I'm moving on to my second quotation. The way that I've shown that is that I've got a connective that moves from the first to the second quote. The fact that it says also, or similarly, or furthermore, or in addition shows that this quote is going to be the same as the one before in the sense of the idea is the same. If I was changing my analysis, if I was changing the direction of my PE paragraph in terms of what I was saying, I would use however in contrast on the other hand. They do a similar job, but they just mean the opposite. So again, I've got my second quote. I haven't chose to use an introduction, but that's okay. And then I've just explained it. Now that's not a massive explanation. Continues the positive description of her facial appearance. Here, that's accurate. It links it in with the quote before, the analysis of the quote before, but it's not an amazing developed description analysis. So I would be expecting to extend it. The easiest way to extend it is to look at the keywords, the associations. This is where the hidden meanings will be. I think Greek reminds me of Greek goddess. I think of Aphrodite. I think of beauty, love, these types of things. It also imagines Sybil as someone that's out of this world, godly. Again, I've introduced another quotation. Here I've used further because I want to link it in to an earlier explanation. We'll just change that. That should be an objective beauty. Again, I've explained it. There's no connective here. The last two ones I've done where I've picked out a quotation, there's no connective. So one way that I could expand that is just go in because and then developing my explanation, or I could go comma which. There's nothing necessarily wrong with what I've just done or what I've just written, as long as I develop it with a keyword or another explanation sentence. I do that with a keyword. I think rose hints at flower again, redness, fullness. I've tried to extend it. And again, I've tried to link it back, so I've offered another explanation here. Here is, right, however, so now I'm changing. This is a connective, not necessarily for another quote, but in my explanation, I don't want to say that it's the same, I want to say it's different, so I used however, and I've continued my explanation. Here we have 3 quotations. I've picked out from those quotations 3 keywords. The explanation is developed, particularly in the last quote where I've added 2 or 3 sentences. The first 2 are developed okay. Would I say fully developed? Well, with the keyword, yes, but they maybe lack 1 or 2 extra sentences. The third quote, I do that. So we're looking at both the structure and then how you develop, how you build up your analysis, which will make your answer better. So hopefully that will help you now when you do your own question 3 for extract 2.